Welcome back, guys. Today, we're working on the dang Jeep. Man, a Jeep is like a boat. Fix or repair daily all the time. It's a Jeep Cherokee. You know, it's a nice Jeep. It's a 96. Today, I bought this Jeep about a year ago. It sat for a long time. And the gas in it, varnished up. So I've been dealing with trying to get that crap out. Well, today, I've already put a new fuel pump into it. The pickup screen on the fuel pump is getting plugged up because of the varnish that's inside the tank. So today, we are taking down the tank, pulling the pump out. Plus, I need to put a new O-ring around the pump too. I found one of them to put in. So let me show you. Now, oh, don't mind the gas right here, because I had pressure on the tank, well, on the hose. So now we got that disconnected. We got the power right here disconnected. So we disconnected that. So next, you go ahead and undo those probably 14mm nuts, back them off. You won't have to take them off very far because you can take and loosen them up to get that tank to drop down, and you can pull them up out of the hooks. So that saves you some time. You don't have to take and unbolt them all the way. Then we'll be able to drop that tank. So let me go ahead and get that part right there done, get those bolts loosened up, and be right back with you. Alrighty, so we got those nuts backed off. So now you can just go ahead and push it up. It's nice if you don't have any gas in this to do this, but I've got about 1/4 of a tank of fuel. The other nice thing about this Jeep, look where the fuel pump's at. So you just undo it right there, pull the pump out, put a new one in. 5-minute job. That is the nice thing about this. You don't have to drop the tank or nothing like that. So anyways, I got 1/4 of a tank of fuel in here. And also try getting it down. And then you gotta disconnect your fill neck hose. You've got 2 of them, a small, probably a 3/4, and one's probably about 1 inch. Maybe 2 inches that fill up the tank. That is located right over here. You got to pull that, let me zoom in right there. See that cover right here? You unbolt those 4 bolts there to take that off, then you can get access to the hose clamps back there. Let me go ahead and take that off and show you. Alrighty, we got the hoses off and stuff. Sometimes, got the neck off. Your fill neck here, your vent tube here, it goes up to your neck. So sometimes you got to sit and put a pick or something underneath here around the rubber here to get that to break loose. This one came off fairly decent, but I'm using this tool here because I can't find my picks right now. Well, I don't have any over here, but I'm using a tool out of the brake kit. I came in here and pried it off that way and got it worked to loose because they get corroded here and they seal themselves onto that over time. So that's out. You'll end up wanting to remove your vents. Got 2 here on this tank. They're vent holes to vent your tanks. They're like on a PVC check valve vents. So now that I've got that out, now we'll go over here and remove the pump out of it and then drain what gas is left in it. So stay tuned. The hose clamps that were holding these hoses on, the hose clamps weren't no 1/4 inch like they normally are heads. They were 6mm. So, and I had to do it all by hand. So hang on one sec. Alrighty, now we're back here. So Once you take and undo this off of here, you take that off carefully, because you don't want to damage your fuel sending unit and all that stuff here. So then you carefully got to fish this out of here without ruining everything or anything at all. It's a tight fit. Just like that. See how much crap with that varnish and stuff that's in that pickup tube filter? So also, this O-ring. See how shot that O-ring is? It's thinned out, it's worn out, it doesn't seal. So the fuel was leaking out of that when you fill it up, which is a good thing. I've got a new one. I've just been waiting to tear it apart to do this. So now, let me show you. Let me pull out, grab my flashlight and see if I can shine some light up into here, into the tank, and just let you see how corroded it is up in there. Look at all that. It's rusted up in there. There's varnish up in there. Look at how filthy that tank is. So I'm going to go down to the car wash, the local car wash, and spray it out to get rid of all that crap in there to solve my problem. So let me go ahead and dump this gas out into a bucket, and then we'll show you afterwards. So this is some fuel I've drained down to the tank once before, just a couple weeks ago, to switch out the gas. Look at all that settlement down there at the bottom of the bucket there. Just from letting this set over time to separate it. Now I'll take this gas, suck it out of it, put it in a gas can. I should be able to use this now because I'll have all that stuff separated. It's been sitting around, just setting still and settling. I'll have to do that with that other gas that's in that tank right there. I'll probably just use this in a lawnmower or something like that. Or I might be able to put it back into the Jeep. So let me get this gas siphoned down to this bucket, and we'll get that other dumped into here. Alrighty, now we're at a local car wash here in town. So now, before you even do that, you want to make sure you get all your gas out of there. You don't want to be dumping it down into the drain. So anyways, look at how filthy that thing is right here, especially where your screen is. That for your pickup, fuel pickup. Flashlight's a little big for me to, there's a lot of crap right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray this all out, see if I can get this tank cleaned up, so I don't have to spend the money to buy another tank. So let's see what we get. Okay, so that tank is a lot cleaner than what it was when we first started. It's kind of hard to see in there. Let's see if we can get our flash on here. No, not able to do it with the ultra wide. That looks better. Now look at that. That tank's a lot cleaner than what it was when we first started on this. That tray right down through here, that had a lot of crap down in it. So, which is good to see that's a lot cleaner. So, when you're doing that, you want to make sure you get all the water out of the tank, or you're going to have issues with water in your gas. Then you're going to have problems trying to get the water out of the gas. So now let's head back and put it back in the Jeep, put it all back together in the dark. Alrighty, now we're back here. I installed the fuel pump, cleaned off the pickup screen that's on the fuel pump. It's basically like a filter. Wiped all the crap off of it. Installed the new O-ring that goes right underneath here. Now I'm installing the flange that goes in here, the locking flange that will hold the fuel pump in place. And it's going to be a little bit of a challenge because, well, maybe not. Actually, it's going to be a piece of cake. Sometimes those O-rings right there kind of want to give you a fight trying to get this flange down in to lock it into place because they're just a little bit too thick. But you want to be able to get a real tight seal so it doesn't leak. So let me go ahead and put that into place. Alrighty, I went ahead and installed that, locked it in. You basically get a hammer and a flathead chisel or whatnot. I have an old flathead screwdriver. It's basically like a pry bar. When you turn this into locations, there's 3 tabs here. It locks it into place. And that squashes that O-ring down and locks that fuel pump into place, seals it off. Now we're ready to go ahead and install this back into the Jeep. Alrighty now guys, we got the fuel tank pack into the Jeep here, strapped back up. Now we'll go ahead and hook the fuel line back up and plug in the cable back into the wiring harness. And then we'll re-secure that stuff up. Don't mind my helper there, you know. My dog thinks I'm talking to him. But we'll zip tie that stuff back up and fill it up with gas, and tank's all cleaned out, fuel pump's installed, and the O-ring's back in. So we'll give it a shot. Huh, Diesel. We're gonna give this a shot and get it back together. Alright, thanks for watching and tuning in to changing the fuel pump out on this Jeep. And you have a good day, and make sure you're out riding around. Make sure you buckle it up.